Here's your wrestling news for June 7th, 2021. And your headlines for today include: WWE superstars are unhappy with Vince McMahon's recent instructions. Unexpected opponent for Roman Reigns at WWE Hell in a Cell 2021. WWE booking shorter SummerSlam for Manny Pacquiao boxing match. WWE wrestler receives major backlash over a tweet. Miro is trying to get Lana in AEW. Matt Cardona draws insane heat from fans. Heavy criticism by a WWE legend on Andrade's debut. Multiple-time WWE champion instructed two former WWE wrestlers to legitimately beat up Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. Buff Bagwell says he's feeling great after arrest, and more. We're starting today with WWE, who last week ordered superstars to attend the Performance Center for extra training, and now we have more on this new company edict. It's already known that this order is a direct one from Vince McMahon, and unsurprisingly, it hasn't gone down well with superstars. That's according to the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that reports that superstars are unhappy with having to do extra work on their days off, and it's an especially difficult rule for those not living in Orlando. With McMahon making this new rule, we doubt anyone will refuse to attend these drills, even if they live far away from Orlando, as WWE and its chairman want everyone to be in peak condition before they go back on tour. With Hell in a Cell 2021 less than 2 weeks away, there's been plenty of speculation on who Universal Champion Roman Reigns will face, with the popular theory that he'll face Cesaro, Seth Rollins, or both. That isn't the case, as WWE started building to the show's Universal title match on this week's SmackDown, but it was disguised as the Tribal Chief breaking up the SmackDown Tag Team title match. A new report from Dave Meltzer explains that Reigns will be defending his Universal Championship against Rey Mysterio instead, which explains why Reigns attacked Rey and Dominic last Friday, preventing the Usos from losing a second match to the father and son team. Meltzer didn't confirm if this match would take place within the cell, as it could happen without the titular match stipulation. And what do you think of Rey challenging Roman Reigns next Sunday? If WWE goes with Mysterio, don't expect him to win the title, as with this year's SummerSlam happening on August 21st in front of a live crowd in Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, the company needs to book some major matches for the show. There's been speculation for a while that SummerSlam will mark John Cena's in-ring return to WWE, as he'll challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, meaning Rey will lose at Hell in a Cell. It turns out there's some truth to the Cena rumors, as Dave Meltzer reports. The leading rumor is Roman Reigns versus John Cena for the Universal title. We do know that as of last week, they were in talks with Cena that were not finalized to appear on the July 16 SmackDown show in Houston. That show will be WWE's first TV event in 531 days to take place with a live crowd, and we can think of no better way to kick off WWE's 25-city tour than with the return of John Cena, and the challenge being laid out to the Tribal Chief. More pay-per-view news, as WWE has confirmed that SummerSlam 2021 will take place on Saturday, August 21st at Allegiant Stadium, the same day and location as Manny Pacquiao's return to boxing. It's been previously stated that WWE's plan is for fans to be able to attend both shows, and now it looks like this means we'll see a much shorter SummerSlam than usual. According to the latest reports, this year's SummerSlam will be less than 3 hours long and will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern, with Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. not expected to hit the ring until 11:30 p.m. Starting SummerSlam at 8, an hour later than usual, could mean WWE are planning to host a 1-hour kickoff show, but it's clear that the company doesn't want competition from the big fight. For comparison, SummerSlam 2016 is the pay-per-view's longest event, clocking in at over 4 hours long, but this year's show will be much shorter thanks to factors outside the company's control. Over to NXT, and it's usually a good thing for a member of the Gold brand to receive a lot of attention, but this week, Jessi Kamea separated herself from other recruits in a very bad way. When Kamea posted a photo sporting a t-shirt which said, "End racism, make mixed babies," some fans didn't like that at all, leading to Kamea quickly deleting her tweet. Not long after, the NXT superstar posted an apology, saying, "Hey everyone, I just wanted to apologize about the t-shirt post I recently took down. I didn't realize it would offend so many people and affect so many in such a negative way. My intention with the post was to support a friend and also support the message of ending racism. I'm a mixed baby, and I'm very proud of all my heritages, so the shirt looked cool to me. I'm shocked and enlightened by all of your responses. Thank you. I hope y'all have a nice day. We'll have to see if Jessie is a bit more careful the next time she tweets, but judging by the positive responses to her statement, the NXT superstar handled herself very well with her explanation. Now, last week, Lana was cut from WWE, and there's been speculation on where she'll go next. With mainstream media appeal thanks to her TV and movie appearances prior to WWE, Lana would be a hot commodity in any promotion, and she may soon be heading to AEW. It's no secret that her husband is AEW TNT champion Miro, who acknowledged how hot his wife is on the latest Dynamite, and this off-the-cuff line could be the start of something bigger. During Observer Radio, Meltzer noted that Miro is making some strong moves to try and get AEW to bring her in, which he believes would help his act in the All Elite promotion. With a 90-day non-compete clause, Lana won't be in Daly's place anytime soon, but that hasn't stopped her husband from trying to get her a job. GCW news next, as GCW wrestler Nick Gage and AEW's Jon Moxley have an ongoing rivalry, which all came to a head during GCW's recent Zombie Walk event, or at least that's what fans thought at first. During this show, Gage was joined in the ring by a hooded figure who looked very much like Moxley, even hitting the paradigm shift to the roar of a thrilled crowd. Even the commentators were in shock about Moxley's attack on Gage, but when the figure removed his hood, it was revealed to be Matt Cardona, not Jon Moxley. Drawing incredible heat from the crowd, Cardona got some very un-PG chants of Zack Ryder, whilst the former Broski continued to taunt and goad the audience. One of the loudest reactions of Cardona's career, the former WWE US Champion seemingly cut his hand in the glass-covered ring, but it was all worth it to get some nuclear heat from the crowd. AEW news now, as months after his March release from WWE, Andrade El Idolo debuted last Friday in a moment that garnered a massively positive reaction from the crowd. This excitement to see Andrade in AEW was also shared by the fans at home, but not everyone is pleased to see the former NXT champion in Tony Khan's promotion. In a clip shared to his YouTube channel, Jim Cornette discussed Andrade's debut, and though he said that Andrade needs a manager for promos, criticized AEW's decision to use Vicky Guerrero. Cornette questioned Vicky's manager qualifications, pointing out that Guerrero has spent much of her AEW tenure managing Nyla Rose, who often gets beat, and was unable to sign Jade Cargill as a client. The controversial wrestling personality said that AEW are only partnering Guerrero and Andrade because they both speak Spanish, and added, "He's here to be the face of Latinos and the face of AEW. He's got a thick accent that you can barely understand, so he needs a manager. But Vicky Guerrero? What are her manager qualifications? Every 3 months she comes down to the ring with Nyla Rose, and Nyla Rose gets beat. And she couldn't sign Jade Cargill, and we don't see her for months at a time unless she's on the floor with the paid fans, singing Judas. But suddenly now, I guess because she speaks Spanish, so somehow they go together like peanut butter and jelly. Another false start for this guy. We pigeonhole him in one direction, and then 6 months later, they try to push him seriously." Cornette even went on to question who actually cares that Andrade is in AEW, but judging by the fans' excitement in Daly's place and online, and the dream match is now possible with the likes of Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, and Kenny Omega, there's plenty of people who care, despite what Cornette says. DX news next, as though the group remains one of wrestling's greatest ever stables, they didn't always see eye to eye. A long time ago, Triple H had animosity with the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn when neither man was working for WWE, and that put Trevor Murdoch in an uncomfortable situation. Speaking to Cultaholic recently, Murdoch said that the game once gave him and the late Lance Cade a special job during a WWE live event in a city the New Age Outlaws were doing a signing in. Triple H goes, "Are you two watching my match tonight?" "We're young guys, so we're telling him of course we're watching his match, we watch him every night." And he goes, "Yeah, quit with this," and then explains the situation. What he'd heard was that Billy and Road Dogg were going to jump into the ring and beat him up. He goes, "I want you guys at the curtain, and I want you watching my whole match. The minute you see those guys, you hit that fucking ring, and you proceed to start kicking their fucking ass. This was very serious." Realizing this order came from the very top, Cade and Murdoch agreed to the game's wishes, but the Outlaws thankfully didn't show up. Since then, Triple H, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn have sorted things out, being inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2019 together, but things were much different many years ago. Nowadays, the game is much too busy as WWE's COO to order tag teams to attack his friends, but Triple H's busy schedule didn't keep him from making a special appearance. Yesterday, the Philadelphia 76ers started off the conference semifinals of the NBA playoffs against the Atlanta Hawks and had a big assist before the show by the former WWE champion, who rang Philadelphia's bell, a tradition for when the team needs that extra boost. Donning his DX colors alongside 76ers player Joe Embiid, who received a one-of-a-kind custom shirt, this was quite a sight to see, though wasn't enough to keep the 76ers from losing to the Hawks. And we're ending today with Buff Bagwell, who was recently arrested on 11 misdemeanor counts, adding to the 4 he already had, and all of these total 15 counts involve drinking while driving and a variety of other traffic citations. Now, Bagwell has given his own side of the story, as well. Speaking to TMZ, he said how a guy drove behind him flashing his lights and told Bagwell that he'd hit his car. When Buff asked him where they'd collided, he didn't receive a response, and since Bagwell had previous charges from 9 months before, he was taken to jail when the cops arrived. Buff also explained that he wasn't driving his own car but his parents' car, which he said was because he's in a, quote, transitional state of divorce and breaking up with my girlfriend, and his insurance was also expired by 2 days. Bagwell also claims that this wasn't a hit-and-run situation, as he pulled the car over and didn't run, and despite all this, claims to be feeling great after his arrest. This is an ongoing situation and we'll provide updates when they're available, but Bagwell seems to have a clear mind right now. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.